Hey guys, Purely Awesome Cuber here, and welcome to the return of Clash of the Cubes. Today I'll be comparing the Gans 356 with the Cong's design Meiying. So, before I start the comparison, I have some updates about the series. So, first of all, I won't be going as in-depth with these cubes in any of the comparisons as much as I did in the reviews. And I won't compare cubes that I haven't reviewed. And speaking of that, I have a link to the reviews of both of these cubes in the description. Also, for the procedure of picking the next comparison, I'll have some suggestions in the comment section in the form of comments from me, and all you have to do is like whichever comparison you want to see next, and whichever comment has the most likes I will do next week. And speaking of the schedule, I'll be uploading every weekend, so that'll be either Saturday or Sunday. And now let's start the comparison. So I'm going to start off with just some general info, and I'll have 4 sections of this. So like I said, general info will be the first one, which is like the stickers and stuff. Then I'll be going into fluidity, which is like corner cutting and catches. And then I'll be going into popping and corner twisting. And then finally I'll end with turning. I'm ending with turning this time just because it's mostly personal preference. But also the season finale. I'm going to have a season finale every 10 episodes. And if you were ever wondering, the purpose of me even having seasons was so that at the end of a season I could do like a big comparison like I did in the past, like the best 3x3 or Meiying versus Shengxiao. But yeah, so now let's get on with the comparison. Like I said, I'll be starting with general info. So, the stickers of these puzzles. First of all, the shades. Now, even though this is a black cube and this is a white cube, the shades are still so much duller on the Gans than they are on the Meiying. And it might be a little hard to see, but the green is really obvious. And the orange, it doesn't come out as clear on the camera, but it's very like fluorescent and bright. The white's just white, and the yellow is so much brighter on here. Personally, I prefer the Meiying shades because they're the standard Meiying shades, and they're really good. Not to mention they're great quality, where I have experienced some chipping with the Gans stickers. Also, the price of these cubes is definitely something I should mention. This cube is $23 on the cubicle.us, and this is only $16. And while $16 is still expensive, $23 is like the most expensive 3x3 ever that is not like plated with gold or something. So definitely for general info, the stickers of the Meiying are so much better, and the price is so much lower. So the Meiying definitely wins in this section. And now for like the actual performance of these puzzles. The fluidity of the Meiying is very good. I should mention the design of these cubes. The Gans 3 was pretty much the first cube to come out with the squared off corner design. I'm not sure if that really comes out too well on the camera, but you can see how the corners are squared off and the edges are a little rounded, and the center is pretty much a circle. And the Meiying pretty much adapted that, although it's not as profound. But if you can see there, the corners are squared off and the edges are rounded, and the center is sort of circular, but it's not that much. But anyway, so that's the new mechanism. It was to prevent corner twists, which I'll get into later. But with the Gans 3, it definitely had some problems. The squared off corners ended up catching on the centers, even though the reverse corner cutting is like a piece with no problem, and regular is over 45. It's still, when you're turning it, it does have some catches, which is the corners on the centers. So the Gans really did not perfect that. It came out with the new style, but it did not perfect it by any means. Now the Meiying is, I'd say it did a very good job with that new mechanism. Here I'll just do an algorithm. Hope I didn't just mess that up. But the Meiying definitely did a better job preventing catches while it's reverse cutting or it's regular cutting. Neither are as good as the Gans. It still is so much better at preventing catches during regular solves and especially algorithms. So as far as fluidity goes, I'm going to have to say the Meiying again is the winner. Just because the Gans does have small catches, whereas the Meiying has done very good to almost completely eliminate those. Now don't get me wrong, it does sometimes still catch, but it definitely did a good job at preventing them, whereas the Gans 3 has a lot. Now for popping and corner twisting. As I said, the squared off corner design was meant to prevent corner twists, and that certainly worked. I don't even know if I can corner twist that. Oh, that is so hard to corner twist. Neither of these cubes have ever corner twisted on me. The Meiying might have like once or twice, but really it doesn't happen at all. And as far as popping goes, both cubes have great mechanisms. I actually can't really even get the Gans apart, but you can see how it has on the Meiying the torpedo and the little grooves on the edge to make it go faster. Now, one main difference about the mechanism is the corner. The Meiying has holes here, which really helps with preventing catches and just overall like a faster and airier feeling. But neither of these cubes pop, and I'm not even able to get the piece back in. These are really good cubes as far as the mechanism goes. And I'm not doing well with this. But anyway, the point is they don't pop, as you can see. And finally, for the turning of these puzzles, I go in depth in this in the reviews, but I'm just going to cover the turning because it's mostly personal preference. Neither cube is too slow, but the Gans is much more quiet, even when you're turning it faster. And it has a very smooth, like ultra smooth feeling, and it is not as fast. Whereas the Meiying is more crunchy and airy, and it is definitely faster. While you're turning it slow, it is smooth, but it has some bumps, and it's a lot faster and airier due to the corners with the holes and everything. But overall, if you like a crunchier, like lighter, faster feeling, the Meiying has that, and the Gans has a smoother, quieter, and slower feeling. So to sum this all up, both cubes are very good, but what I think the Meiying did is it took the initial mechanism of the Gans and kind of perfected it a little bit to eliminate catches, and it's also much cheaper, which I think could be a big thing for some people. But yes, for me, the Meiying would definitely be the winner of this comparison. But if you do like smoother cubes and a little bit slower cubes, the Gans is not bad. While it might catch a little bit more if the price isn't an issue, both of these cubes are very good. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.